All right, let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode 273. This is Vibrating Sheep, uh, the person who runs Granblue underscore EN, as well as a few other just random ass projects. Anyway, joining me as always.
Is DJ.
So, the first thing we want to talk about this week, this wasn't quite on the agenda, but last week we closed out saying, yeah, we should just wait a few hours to see what happens with April Fools. And guess what happened?
I saw Pecorine.
Go back to your own game, Pecco. She's like, nah, play Grandmasters.
Hey man, that game was fun.
That game was fun. It's going away soon, and I'm very sad about this. But yeah, there was a secondary um, April Fool's event, and let's see here. So this year it was Kumbira for one of them. It was Vane. The Vane one's a little distressing.
Not the Seophon one.
They're all a little distressing, but all right. So at least the Seiphon one talks like a human. The Vanine, they brought in a well-known voice actor into the studio, and they're just like, yeah. So, um, we know that you don't normally do this, but we need you to bark like a dog for a few minutes and just growl. And it's like, okay, I can do that. Like, the Seiphon one is also distressing in its own way. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Look,
Look, I'm used to Gucci making random noises.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, then here's the Seiphon one where he's the horse, snake, tiger, bunny. What was the last one? Deer?
He's a divine general, all right?
He's all of the missing divine generals. Can't believe this year's April Fools was let's shill other IPs. I mean,
Two of them are Shadowverse.
last year that was Boba 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 Bo.
Yeah.
Like that's the definition of a collab is shilling other IPs. Like they did a Final Fantasy Theatrhythm. They shilled that. Whatever.
I miss
Um,
Pecorine.
I miss Pecco a little bit. Then what was the last one? It was Kumbira, which is the entire reason I was listening to Donk Donk this entire time. This one, it's so simple and so awful at the same time. Like every time that she counters in her fire version, which is a lot, then she just donks, and the sound effect kills me every time. The little hollow bamboo thing. All right. So anyway, um, yeah, we got our usual out of April Fools, and
Our three skins.
we got 3 skins, we got 3,000 crystals for saying happy birthday to Bobo 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 Bo. All right, that out of the way, it's time to actually talk about what we got. So, April 7th was the first set of updates for the month as laid out in Choregra. So, what do you want to start with? Character EMPs or the shop?
Character EMPs and go in order that the thing listed in.
Okay, which is release order, which is nice. All right, so 20 new characters, dating to let's see here,
2020.
2020
Mid
summer-ish.
2020.
Yeah, summer-ish 2020.
No,
So
it's just the
wind.
first one at 616.
Yeah. All right, so here's Noish, Wind Noish. Mostly what we use him for is to do just a bunch of damage, and then hopefully that finishes things off when he does sex twice. So
Uh,
what's up?
I don't understand his EMP at all.
Yeah, his EMP is he has a 10 percentage chance to dodge all. So the reason that he has this is because he has he has a they refill one of his arrows when he doesn't take damage.
Ah,
So that is why that happens. He doesn't want to take damage. So that is
I
something that does
guess.
work with his kit. However, I guess is this a move along?
Why wouldn't you just go into hiding and
Because
not bank on a 10%?
you can. I mean, yeah. He just
Yes.
because he there's AOE that he can like get hit by. It's a
Why are you
lot.
bringing an AoE fight?
Look, I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying my best here. Are we moving on to Pengi?
Yeah, let's go, Pengi.
All right. So Pengi, I actually use as a suicide character. Like I want her to. There's two ways I use Pengi. One is that she has a guaranteed triple attack, so you can bring her into things like um, the campaign exclusive quest, which cares about number of hits, or
Yeah.
like just EXs with CA turned off, just random quests. Uh, or you just run her out of PN at the end as quickly as possible so that she explodes, and then she brings in an evoker.
Yeah, as long as you don't hit skill 1. So you pay attention to that in full auto.
Right. So, um, the whole thing where hers is that she has a chance to restore them actually works against that. Unless you're actually, you just want to just keep her around. So
Yeah,
if
you can play different ways.
yeah, you can play her in a different way. If you want to keep her around, you can skill this. If you don't want to keep her around, then don't skill this.
Just don't skill it.
Easy, right? So there you go. Good job,
Yeah,
Pengi.
it's not like you can't take away EMPs.
Mhm. So this next one, I was actually looking this up because there's two things going on with Abby. Number one, her Raging Arm DX.
That is 13 turns cooldown, by the way.
Is it 13? It starts
Yep.
at 12.
Okay, Wiki doesn't have it correct then. It starts at 14, then it goes to 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say it starts at 14, goes to 12. However, it's a 12 turn cooldown with a 6 turn uptime, and so here's the thing, right? Bobo over here, these buffs can't be removed. Raging Arm DX can be removed, and when she loses these, she is greatly sad, incredibly sad.
And
Because
so her EMP is that her buffs cannot be removed when she's above a certain health threshold. 3 stars,
yeah,
50%.
yeah, and so that's really good for her. And it also is just the continuing thing that a lot of Axe characters are just getting these days. So it's sort of the Axe flavor. So Harp characters get hype, bow characters get like multi-hitting nukes a lot of the time now because they're shooting arrows. Sword and staff characters can do whatever the hell they want because they're the most generic fantasy type. But you know what I mean. Like this is starting to become a full-on pattern of like Maloo, 3 characters like that who just can't lose their buffs because I guess they're berserking or something. You just call it that. That's how you can choose to flavor it. But it's a good change for her. If
This is
you
mostly to protect her strength buff because she needs that in order to activate her first passive.
Yeah, whenever she has strength before attacking, yeah, it's there's a lot going on that is necessary for this character to do because yeah, especially since Raging the Arm DX, you're supposed to CA with it to extend it, and then it can become permanent. But it's not permanent if it gets dispelled, and it just goes away. Oops. So yeah, good for you, Abby. So I don't actually have Grand Leona, so I'm going to have to just force you guys to use your imaginations for going into Leona's um what should we call it, skill list here, because I
So
don't even think I can ticket
the
her.
thing
Go
about
ahead.
Leona's is that hers a turn button that is a buff that you're always gonna hit because it's a really good buff if you're actually using Leona.
Hmm.
And so if you have it at the EMP at 3 stars, you get 30 meter for hitting it.
Yeah,
That's
so it
it.
gives you a reason to hit it again, right? Like an actual use for the button.
I mean, you have to hit it again. It only lasts for 5 turns.
Okay. So nice. What does Leona actually do on her CA again?
Keen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Um, anything else to say about Leona, or just move on? It's good.
Uh, and also if you crit, you extend that buff.
Ah, there we go. Okay. So,
But that's outside of the keen. That's just
mhm.
the keen's just nice stuff.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kolulu, chance to gain a crest when she attacks. Usually that's about 10% for previous precedent, since they tend to copy and paste these from other crest characters. How does Kolulu lose her crests? She loses
By
her
getting
crests.
hit to 1 HP when she's
Yeah.
below 25 already.
Yes. And so this is actually very important because the below 25 thing she guarantees for herself. And so if you're actually using a frontline Kolu and not using her for her backline crest passive to deal supplement damage, this is really good for keeping her alive. Like, you need to be able to have 3 crests on hand in case she's going to die. And then,
You also want the 3 crescent or upgrade or tally ho.
yeah, to the better tally ho.
Yeah, 12 hits, pretty good.
Yeah, this character is super fun. I love using Summer Kolulu when I have the chance to. And so having her, be alive and not forcing like a, say, Maria Theresa interaction or something like that, I'm a fan of.
Hey,
Summer
look,
Lucio.
Lucio got already predicted, by the way.
You actually, because his grand version has this, right?
No, because he's just
No?
really good.
Oh, okay.
That's the precedent.
Got it. Yeah. This character is really good. He got the least. This one is definitely a move on. Your team takes 5% less fire damage, okay?
Woo.
Summer Amira. So Summer Amira as a character demands all
A
sorts
lot of
meter.
meter.
All of the meter, all the time, every time. And so hers is 20% meter gain.
It's alright.
Yeah, and she's already got how much is this meter gain? She's got another 20% here. So, you know, she needs meter, she gets meter. Good job, Amira. She works
She
better
definitely
now.
needs that meter.
She
She auto-activates her skill 3 if she's above 20.
Yeah. Yeah. She eat constantly. It never
And
ends.
it's not like she's a 200-meter character, so...
Yeah. Just constantly eating for the
At least
cost of 20 meter.
at least she deals multi-attacks.
Yes. Alright, so good job, Amira. That was actually good for you. Summer Sheep.
She got the same thing her normal version did.
About a 5% chance. It's one of those things where you tend not to notice it, especially with the fact that her most important skill as the summer version sheep
Goes off cooldown when you CA.
yeah, yeah. So kind of a nothing.
I guess you can give someone Puffy Summer Towers.
Uh,
Yeah, that's about it.
all right, on to Rosamia. I love this character. This character's super fun, and hey,
What she do? She CA. She wants to CA in order to get skill 1 off. Get a lot of other things.
a
What
lot of
she do? Gets more meter.
20%, baby.
And that's considering the fact that if the foe CAs, she gets meter.
Yeah, so instead of getting 30% meter, she gets 36.
Yeah, that's really
the
good for her.
the difference between 30 and 36 is actually bigger than you think also, because if you start the turn with 36 meter and then you triple attack and you triple attack again, you're at 100. Um, if you start at 30 and you triple attack and then you double attack or something like that, if you don't have 20% extra meter, then that one can fail you.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a little niche, but Rosamia is a super fun character, and this makes her better. I'm happy with it, and it is hilarious in the #1 place that I've used Rosamia in the last 2 years, which is in Animus Core, where you get extra meter anyway. So this is just meter on top of meter on top of meter. My girl eats. It's really fun in that fight.
I'm sad she doesn't fit in with the loop.
Yeah. She refreshes the wrong skill in order to be part of the loop. However,
Yeah.
on the other hand, she's super fun. I'm so happy with this character still. Whenever I get a chance
Yeah,
to
also,
use her, I do.
she just gives free meter in the first place. Look at that skill too.
Yeah. And then once you have that 5 crest thing, you're like, oh, I forgot this character has a crest, a crest effect.
What does she do with crests again?
So her crests, what she does in crests,
oh, I see it right there.
She has the stacking crest buff. So the first one gives her attack, the second one gives her defense. The third one means that she always at least double attacks, which is where I talked about the starting with 36 meters to the 30 when you double attack is actually a big difference. And then she gets boost to CA damage, then she gets boost to CA damage cap. You don't actually notice most of these, by the way. Like, it's actually hard to notice these because a lot of her damage comes from the talismans up here. Or
you
from
just refresh upon
Yeah, or the other thing that she gets her damage from is that she just CAs constantly, and does it twice. So it's harder to notice that she is a crest character a lot of the time. But on the other hand, it is super fun. I love this character, and I'm glad that she got this. All right. So next up is Albert. We talked about Albert when he came out as one of the characters who was like, "Is this worth the payoff?" Because he takes a long time to get there. You need to get Thunderswift 10, and then he quad attacks.
How
He
you
was
get the Wonder Swift?
by CAing, and that's it.
No, multi-attacking
Wait,
too.
multi-attacking also. That's right. Everything past the first one. Um, the thing with this is that, like, before certain characters were printed, Summer Albert was actually one of the most fun characters to pair with Summer Korwa when she got her rebalance.
Because you can double quad strike with a double strike,
Yeah, this was super fun. The problem was that getting there was just annoying.
and then they
Uh,
print an Armea.
yeah, like I said, before certain characters were printed. So
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
anyway, so his support skill actually doesn't address this at all. What it does is it brings him in line with his other versions. So Dark
Hey,
Albert,
delaying more is
yeah,
nice.
yeah, Dark Albert refreshes his skill 1 every time he CAs. And Dark Albert, it works better for Dark Albert because his skill 3 is 1, available all the time, 2, doesn't stun him, um, and 3, refreshes not only gives him full meter, but also refreshes the button again. So Dark Albert um, he can slow like 4 or 5 times over the course of 3 turns. It's pretty ridiculous and really handy. Um, would you use a like constantly slowing Summer Albert in Wind?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can just feed a meter
yeah,
very easily, and I don't have to hit skill 3.
yeah.
He can just sometimes just quad attack on his own.
Okay, that's fair. Like it is gives him a new use because otherwise, like I said, just having like someone like Summer Core or Ariette double strike him with his quad attacks, fun when it happens. It takes so long to get there compared to just other things you could do more easily. So hey, give him a new life. Just
I mean, Korra can help supplement the speed up for that. So
mm-hmm. And yeah, there is an issue with him and the modern Wind where if you're not an Evanescence person and you're an Eliar's Beak person only, his skill 1 only hits once. It's a little sad compared to his dark version. His dark version has many hits. Oh well. Moving on. Uh, we've got Silva. Summer
you have the
Silva
numbers on this
specifically.
one?
Do you? I do not.
No, I don't have this.
So here's the pro. Okay, so Summer Silva, if you actually do use her in the front line, she CAs what 3 times exactly, and then she's out of hit points, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm out of here. You send her to the back.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's totally fine. And so if you use her in her originally intended fashion, because this is also she's a dispel and delay machine for those 3 turns, which is cool. Her new one is boost to charge attack damage cap when her HP is full. Her HP is
Your
full.
HP is always gonna be full.
Yeah, because she keeps knocking her maximum HP down.
Yeah, literally in full auto. By the way, she'll
Mm-hmm.
do skill 1, skill 2, CA, delay the enemy. If she took any damage, she will remove that damage by just making her max HP 30% less.
Mm-hmm.
Do that for 3 turns, and then on the third turn, she actually goes to the back line.
And then she becomes the standard Silva sniper of deal. If you 4-chain, then she does an extra nuke. But let me take a look. Game with actually did put up numbers. So for Summer Silva, at level 3 and maximum hit points, she gets a 15% CA damage cap up. 1-5.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
That's literally bigger than a damage cap up node.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next, I'm gonna let you talk about this one fully, DJ, because wait, no, this is it didn't get.
Minimal.
What was that?
Minimal.
Yeah, you're right. Where did?
I know when Dialta released because I got her and the other character in the same role.
Yeah, okay. Here's Mim Lemel. So Mim Lemel didn't need anything, so she got slight attack. She has to dodge. Okay, we're moving on.
Sometimes you don't want to get hit by something. I don't know.
You know what the best solution for not getting hit is? Killing them by giving your entire team 70 meter and then attacking a lot. Like, you're not bringing this character to anything where the dodge matters. I'm just putting that out there right now. Alright, we're moving on to Juliet here.
Julia did need this. It helps. It helps a lot because she is also a Crest character.
So what does she do with her crests? She eats 2 Deluge crests when she has 3 or more to heal and do the Satyr thing of reduce not cooldowns, reduce debuff durations.
Yeah,
that's solid. And needing to have 3 of them and then eating 2 of them means that she's gonna lose them a lot and then take a couple turns to claw back. So, 10% chance to gain another crest when she attacks. Not bad.
yeah, especially since her skill 1's like 8 turns long.
Ugh. Yeah.
At least her skill 2 is way shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And also double casts. And yeah.
Yeah. This character is a lot of fun to use. I still play her in... Where do I play her? I play her in
Romeo?
Wilness, actually.
Well, what about Romeo?
I play Romeo in one-turn stuff a lot of the time. Alright, is it GK next or is it Deonta next?
It doesn't matter which one you talk about. They both came out the same day.
Alright, I was gonna say, alright, let's go to the GK then, just because this one's gonna be really short.
Why did you give her this one? Like, she already cut down her cooldowns.
But only on CA. What if she normal attacks? What then?
That's funny. That's really funny.
She sometimes normal attacks when you're in hard content.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm taking it. Oh my god, I just realized I had 900 EMP to spend on her.
How many of those were normal attacks, Dom? Please tell me.
It happens sometimes, okay? Sometimes after her 6 turns of double CAing, that she runs out of auto ignition. And at that point, and only at that point, do I need to actually worry about attacking. And then this will be a 5% chance to reduce those cooldowns again. Look.
She really did. You literally should just put wind defense on that character.
Oh god.
I'm gonna get mad when they give sign off on EMP skill, aren't I?
What could they give him? Like, I don't think they would give him cooldown reduction, but who knows? Whatever. I'm not thinking about it. It'll happen when it happens. All right. Is it time, DJ, to go to your happy place? All right.
Colorful Cheer is a really good button that I wish came up often, and lo and behold, they gave it to me when she CAs at 3-star.
So I'm gonna actually look at this in the context of other Earth characters. So you've played the Earth hype team more often than I have.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Extends hype. Is it Benjamin or is it?
Benjamin can.
Benjamin can extend hype, right? Boost to hype. No, he just casts hype a bunch of times. Okay.
Yeah, that's literally extending it.
Yeah, that's true.
But the main thing is actually Anthuria.
Oh, okay. That's where it was. I don't have that in Thuria, so I can't extend the hype that way. But anyway.
Yeah, so when Anthuria, I think she dodges. Let me check.
That's the piece of the hype machine that I'm missing.
Yeah, so on dodge, she heals and extends hype by 1 turn.
Okay.
Remember that she has her and the MC have increased the hostility of.
And she has dodge all, yeah. She has a very, very frequent dodge all. Anyway, so yeah, colorful cheer. Boost to everybody's multi-attack, boost to everybody's hype, and when she's at hype 4, which is going to be very, very often now that she's casting this so often.
Yeah, you still get the 10% amplified.
Yeah. So this character was already good, and she got way better with this, and that's good. It's a good thing. Oh no,
You no longer need Ladiva, sadly.
Hey DJ, where do I take points out of to put this in? Wait, no, I don't need to. I can put this in once I gave her more EMPs. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Everything's okay here.
I gave her a ring, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, so one of the things that matters for this is that in, if your characters have hype on them, they get a chaser from her passive, up to 20% chaser. And so Kukuru is also on this hype team, by the way, because she's the main damage dealer who also has increased the hostility. So
Mm-hmm.
they're taking all the attention away from Deonta, so she can actually keep her hype for it in case something happens.
Right, so that she doesn't lose performance.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a very fun thing. You know the thing I'm waiting for, Dom?
What?
A good generic supplemental attack damage for Earth.
Oh yeah.
So I could technically get rid of Kaim just because her second passive doesn't work with Kaim.
Yeah, the boost to Earth MC's damage cap. I remember that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, this character was already good. People already used this character, and now she got way better. And good for her, honestly. Good for her. She deserves it. She deserves it all.
Yeah, it just made the way I play the Earth a lot more fun for me.
Yeah, and it leans me in toward playing that kind of Earth again. Like I've been changing up styles in Earth recently. I went back to the Fiorito
Oh, that
style
was
of
a fun
just
one.
like Fiorito, Beatrix, Threo, just like bash myself in the face down to low health and then just refuse to die. That part is also fun. But should I decide to switch up styles again, like Earth hype is fun. Earth hype teams are fun. I still have Anthuria Auidos teams in Fire,
Yeah, same
and
here.
this is the exact same team but in Earth, and so it's a good thing to have.
I forgot that she gets so many buffs from skill 3 because I just let it go off and I just come back to it later.
Yeah. All right. So here's
100% debuff resist, 100% for 20% armor, uplift, charge bar gain, and another chaser.
right. So here's Light Gawain. Light Gawain was the hero, not just the savior of Dalmor, but a hero of Unite and Fight last time. So he fought dinosaurs and came out unscathed. Now, with the next Light Unite and Fight coming out, he gets a boost to defense when his HP are below 50%. Let me make sure of the number here. It is
It
a
goes up to 75%.
75% defense boost, which is
And
important.
the thing they also note is that as long as he started with below 50%, he will get the defense boost for that turn. So if he somehow gets above it during that same turn, it doesn't get rid of his defense.
Yeah, getting above it during that turn often involves some source of drain, which Zoe provides. So if he, heals himself by swinging twice and goes over 50%, then yeah. Or the fact is that after he CAs, he can also heal himself as well.
Yeah, with puncture.
hmm But yeah, this guy goes absolutely ham. It was hard to kill him, but the dinosaur could occasionally try. This makes it much harder for the dinosaur or anything like designed like the dinosaur to kill Gawain. It was, I have to repeat, it was very hard to kill Gawain because when he's in red, he gives himself a shield. Now he'll have 75% defense along with that shield. He has 2 hits of unchallenged. Um, he already has. He already starts the fight with guts. Yeah.
I'm just sad that his onslaught doesn't go off current HP; it goes by max.
hmm
Because sometimes it won't activate because and fall auto because you don't meet the threshold.
Right. He's at like under 40% HP, and
He's at
there's like
39, and you just get sad.
yeah. But yeah. This is a very good character, and the change to him. Yeah, local man refuses to die is right,
The
and
one-man army
it's gonna,
refuses to die.
yeah,
He saw how many people he fought.
yeah, yeah, and yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? He just does fine. Like this is not a boost to his offense. It's a boost to his staying power, and his staying power was already good. Now it's even better, and that's very good. Good job, Gawain. I'm a fan of this one.
He already gives a party wide attack boost if he's still alive during that low health.
hmm the last SSR in this one is Florence. So Florence gets the chance to gain a crest, and Florence is a character who sees niche play in hard content, especially, or in like combo video content,
Because when she's
because
at 5 crests.
you want to get her to 5 crests as quickly as possible via her CA, via her skill 2, via other people giving her crests, to one, get debuff success rate, because that's the reason that you use her in hard content, to give everyone on your team debuff success so that you're more reliable. And the other thing is Speranza.
12-turn cooldown. Target a wind ally, give them instant charge, and end their cooldown.
hmm Yeah, there are characters who are real disgusting with this, and you want to get to those 5 as quickly as possible, and she only provides herself like a couple. So every once in a while you'll get it 1 turn faster, and that's a good thing. Not game breaking. It's not going to change the way you play her at all. So that's all the SSRs. Do you want to cover the SRs, or do you want to sort of look back and just sort of
I love Tyre. Tyre's cool.
tire? All right, let's take a look at tire then.
Yeah, you put Lightveer, who's gonna get changed soon, with him in front line, and he gets double guaranteed TA. So now he also gets charge bar upon using skills.
I can't believe he was an idol master this entire time.
I believe it, because when he has that meter, he gets to cut down his skills. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot skill 1's so good. If Veer is a main ally, it activates twice.
Yeah, it gives him 40 meter if Veer is in front.
Oh,
Oh
when you
boy.
cast skill 2 on Vera, giving her 50% meter, you reduce her cooldowns.
That could actually do a lot of things with her rebounds coming up, given that like one of the reasons it's good on Vera but not like busted is because one of her important cooldowns is like 9 turns.
It's way too long.
It's way too long. So cutting it by 1, you just sort of shrug and go, okay.
You cheat it 5% of the time.
Yeah. Anyway, so this one is funny. Um the fairy one is also funny because you only see SR fairy in specifically Tamo GBF combo videos.
Yes, you get 30%. You get 10% attack up normal modifier. Upon using link skills that are 5 turns on cooldown.
Yeah, this is a nothing change. It's a nothing change. This character, the reason that she exists in the modern game of Granblue Fantasy is because after you've cast Fire and what, five times? No, after you've cast a linked skill 5 times, so around turn 20 something, then Fire and gives a maximum cut to somebody else's cooldowns.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you use that
Definitely combo character.
yeah, you use that on turn 20 something, or actually a little less than that because of Hinrichten. And yeah, you just jam skills for that turn and do as much damage in a single turn as possible, which it turns out is over 1 billion. Thanks, Tomo GBF, for showing us the way.
Look, we always have to find combo videos with
It's
niche
so
characters like
fun.
this.
Tomo GBF is a fun account to follow on Twitter if you don't already, because every once in a while they pull out the stupidest ideas. They're just like, today I will kill Osiris from 98%. Then you look at what turn it is, you're like, ah, it is turn 96. I see.
Yeah, you're able to do that because you just waste turns.
block. You can just waste turns and block. Oh, it's so funny though. It's just there's so much that goes on in those things, and like the amount of theory craft on display in those videos is beautiful. So anyway, the last one for who got a new EMP skill, that is our boy Joel. I enjoy the fact that Joel exists. Um, I just love the entire concept of run out from his lifeguard seat, resuscitate someone,
And
and
then switch back out.
and dip back. And so his is just he gets an extra rescue level. Okay.
Note if you do the thing that we just described, he starts with 0 and he'll end with 0 when they
Yeah.
go back in.
Just gigantic shrug. Oh well. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to peg Deonta as the big winner of the EMP round. Is there anybody else you want to highlight as like a big winner of this round of EMPs?
Uh, hmm. I do like Albert's.
I think out of other than Albert, I think the character who got one of the bigger boosts was Amira from hers. It's very simple, but very effective at that simplicity.
Especially since she actually does need it.
She needs it real bad, and if you don't have it, you feel real bad.
It's okay. Dark has a hard time multitasking, right?
I mean, specifically in Amira's case, then it
No,
sometimes
no.
she gets
Y-
guaranteed multi-attack based on
Having
satiety
one
3.
stack.
Oh, it's one or more. Yeah, okay, we're good. She's good.
Yes, you need one stack in order to multi-attack.
Yeah. The problem is, of course, double attacking gives you, let's see, base is 22. With these, it gives you plus 40, plus 20%, so that goes to 24. And so she gains 24 meter a turn and eats 20 of it without the EMP support skill. It's a tough life sometimes. But anyway. Yeah, it's a pretty solid round. Like, I don't think we can. I think the biggest complaint you had was GK, and the thing is that GK having it is like it's a 5% chance. I honestly forget that it exists most of the time on a lot of the characters that it goes on, like Noah
That's
or
something it actually did matter for
who?
Vera,
Which Vera? It's Light Vera.
Light Vera.
Okay, I only just now got Light Vera, so I will find out, and I will actually have probably never played the original version of Light Vera because in a couple weeks that's gonna change entirely. Her play pattern will just go away and be replaced by something else.
Good.
Yeah,
That's what I want too.
yeah,
9 turns. Skill 3. Woo.
yeah, yeah. I get it. All right, so that is the EMP round. Um, see you in what 6 months or so for the next one.
Something like that.
Uh, the next thing that changed on April 7th was the shop, and these are pretty big changes. So we talked about them a little lightly, but um, there are new weapon categories. Anything that comes from a boss that is named Malice is now called a Malice weapon. Yay. The same ones in that series who are not named Malice, which are Anima,
Our
Animus Core,
menace.
are Menace. Okay, sure. Why not? Alright, so these are the things that happened. We now have a 6th Ultima Core to play with if you want to collect them all.
That's good
Yeah.
because ultimos are really good right now.
Yeah, because of Super Baja. Um, you can now trade for Majestus, the I'm not going to try to pronounce this thing. It is the dagger from Tia Malice, the Chris of Hypnos, and the Caladanda. You can trade 200 anima for one of these things per month. And for anybody who has farmed for Majestus before knows, 200 anima is one of those things where it's like 200 anima for one Majestus. I will gladly make that trade so that every one anima that I get is 0.5% of a future Majestus. That is better than they got before. And since the Majestus grind was so miserable, they were just like, I have so many of these. I will throw these in.
Yeah,
Um,
I did that grind.
yeah. Um,
I have
the
3.
I have 4 now, I think. The Chris of Hypnos is one of those things that people grudgingly went for, or more likely they traded an anniversary ticket for. So, you
I
know,
hate this fight. I still hate this fight.
yeah.
But
The
at least people are trying to fight this fight
yeah,
because
now
of the
that
shields.
because of the shields, and also, you can turn Malice Anima into a Chris of Hypnos now. Yay.
Don't get the Caladenda.
Yeah, don't get the Caladanda. We're moving on.
I
Um,
traded for that.
yeah, the Dark.
I got power crept by Drang's weapon.
It's not even a grand. All right. Um, so Dark Thrasher being on this same list, like anybody who farmed those in Phronesis is just like, please. Especially since Dark Thrasher is another weapon of the weapons you want 2 to 3 of. Then, in the course of trying to get a bunch of Dark Thrashers, you have a bunch of anima to throw in the hole. And so throw it in the hole and just turn it into a Dark Thrasher. Not just that,
Yep.
you can turn prestige pendants into these weapons too. It's expensive, but you know what you get a lot of from farming the Malice fights?
Prestige.
Yeah. So why not? Just it is the entire purpose of pendant shops in games like this is to turn diligence into a reward at the end. It's like you were always working towards something. And hey, Dark Thrasher, Chris of Hypnos, Majestus, those are good rewards to work toward. Like, I had overflowed on prestige pendants for a long time because
Especially during the campaigns.
during the campaigns, I was at 17,000 to start. The cap is 10,000. It's just that I kept finishing anniversary missions and just overflowing. And it's like it costs me more to spend these than to get to the point where I can earn them again.
Yeah, and also the fact that what's it called? You also can overflow through the act of doing your weeklies.
hmm And so yeah, this gave me something to spend them on. There's a couple more that we will scroll down to that I also spent them on.
But
Um,
also something to note is that there's actually one Malice weapon that's well, technically two.
there's yeah,
There's the ones from Lumiere
Lumina.
Malice.
So Agonize is not here yet. Also the bonking stick, but if you are trying for Agonizes, you probably have more bonking sticks than you would ever use. It's safer.
No, I was going with the other water bow.
Oh yeah, Columba. Sorry.
Yeah, you went to Malice.
I went to the
you went
wrong
to
one.
Menace.
Yeah, I
Instead of
crossed them.
Malice.
It's actually bonking stick and Columba are tied together, and then Agonize and the Faceless are tied together. And Faceless,
Correct.
because you are playing Earth, you only ever want one of,
Unless they make a change.
unless they make a change. It's true. All right, so good changes there. Great change. Renown pendants can now be exchanged for class champion weapon replicas.
Woo, that's actually really good.
You no
But
longer have to
also,
go into the co-op mines in order to get your, the important ones to have multiples of are Murakuma, which turns into Kaneshige in the end. Some people like the Arabesque to make the Masquerade Dagger, and then the Nebuchad, is for John Doe, which is also required essentially to play soldier. What were you gonna say, DJ?
and then you scroll down and you see other things you can trade for.
Yeah, the shards, the silver weapon shards used for Eternals, used for um, advanced class champion weapons, used for
Eternals again.
So that's good. And then the funniest one to me. Well, okay. Before I get to the funny one, I'm gonna get to the important one. So the thing that I actually spent all of my prestige on was not
Darkblade
these
dogs.
weapons. It was Darkblade Dog horns. Cause screw that fight.
Yeah, no, I literally 2 hours and only got 3 drops.
Yeah, screw that fight. I do not want to fight Darkblades. To fart dark no.
Whatever.
To fight Darkblade Dog ever again. No. Just no.
I also do appreciate that they have the host crystals in here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you do your 2 daily and you get 0.
Yeah, also true. And these ones are super cheap too. It's 50 for one of them, as opposed
That's
to Dark.
super cheap.
Yeah, Dark
Especially
Blade.
since I needed
Yeah.
15. You need 15 to upgrade one of your archangels.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Dark Blades are more expensive because you buy them in bulk. So it's 300 each for and there's 30 a month. So I dropped 9,000 on that instantly. I'm like, yes, this is worth it to me.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Like, so we go into the shop, right? And a lot of those materials I would tell people is like, never get this, never get this. It's so easy to farm, right? Like,
This is
uh,
hard to farm, man.
yeah, I know. Like, you go in with the what is it? Is it items? Yeah, I think it's items. And you go in the back here, and you're like, okay, Astaroth anima. Astaroth is a relatively long fight, but the drop rate is really high. So just farm it. Just farm it. People will farm it with you. Everybody needs Astaroth anima at some point. Primeval Horn. You get these in like gigantic fists full from doing Proto Bahamut HL. Ultima units. You get fists full of these things for doing Ultima Bahamut. Tears of the Apocalypse. It's 5,000. Just asks like do at the point where you're doing 5,000 pendants for one of these things, just activate the Ascendant Prayer, please. Like,
Oh no, I bought those because I was overflowing.
I mean that's fair. The Abyssal Wing now also has a Pride of the not Pride of the Ascendant, Ascendant Prayer. So, you
But that
know,
one I can actually solo much easier than for Tears of the Apocalypse.
yeah, that's fair. But it's just like a lot of these I just would tell people like just play. Like they're relatively easy to get. And 5,000 pendants is it's what 5 weeks worth, 2.5 weeks worth. I forget. It's 2.5 weeks worth if you're in a campaign. Anyway,
But
sorry, go ahead.
the thing is like I said, I had nothing to buy,
Hmm.
so I just bought those.
Yeah.
Now I have more things I could just buy instead.
Yes. And so this is a good change. I'm up for that. But now we're on to the funny part, and the funny part is over in one of the most forgotten parts of the place that people just don't go after like the first couple days usually. And it's the crystal shop. The crystal shop is where you buy extra weapon slots for your inventory, extra
I've
stashes,
done
things like
that.
that.
Done that already.
Yeah. This is a trade that we've talked about this a little bit before. You can do this so that your crystal number ends in a 0. Uh,
Yep, that's a thing.
yeah, that's the only purpose of
I'm
this.
not doing it.
But
Can't
I
make
could.
me.
But yeah, the thing is that this actually got the most engagement on Granblue EN. Like they've got a ton of replies of people going, "Oh, thank God, this unsightly 1 can go away now," or the 2/7, or the things like that. And there were one or two people like, "Why would they do this?" And everyone else was like, "This number has been bugging me for 4 years."
Ever since they took away betting cards,
Yeah. Oh
always bet
God.
on 10.
Hmm. So, by
I
the
do
way,
actually like how cheap the silver shards are, though. It's only 200 pendants.
yeah, and they're the kind that you get in like giant arms full too. It's the lower level ones, right? The renowns.
Yeah, it's a renowns, and it's 200,
Yeah,
and you buy 20 a month.
yeah, that's 4,000. That's not bad at all.
You need 40 in order to get internal to 5 star, 4 star.
Yes,
I forget the stars of
five
these
star.
points.
You need 40 of them for 5 star. You need 200 of them to transcend. So I mean, that saves some sanity along with the Angel Halo Pro.
Yep,
So
I enjoy that a lot.
yeah, this is a very good change. The change that I was also very happy with. We can demonstrate it right now under the Prism section. So this has been a minor pet peeve that when I do my monthly flawed Prism trade, I can only do 50 at a time. That is now a thing of the past. If I really wanted to, I could trade 960 times right now from the same menu. You do it once, you forget about it, you leave. It's awesome. Good job.
Except you don't want to get rid of those because sometimes you need those really small ones
Yeah, that's why I
for
haven't done
whatever
this one.
reason.
This one is like I said, it's purely demonstration because the one that I would do, I have done. So anyway, um, so those are
What are
the
flawless persons used again for? I really don't
flawless
remember.
prisms.
Yeah.
You use one of them to uncap characters. You also use them in awakening processes in also very small numbers. So let's go. I know because we went through these. There is a character I have who is currently at awakening 1. Here's Gawain. Let's go and awaken him to 8. This entire process takes 10 of my 68,000 flawless prisms.
Ah, I see. It takes less than your flawed prisms.
There is a reason why the level 1 to 2 I use gems on.
Because we get those for free sometimes.
Seriously true. But yeah. Like there are so few things that use flawless prisms in bulk that 68,000. I have 68,000 of these, DJ. I cannot use them.
I don't even want to look at how many I have.
Yeah. Oh god. All right. Um the third item I had on our agenda is a joke. We don't have to talk about that one. The actual thing that we're going to talk about a little bit, which is the reason that the title of this episode is "The Men Who Stare at Hats," is
Yeah, I was actually really confused about that one.
so hats in this case means in-game cosmetics. Where is this? This is
I understand now.
how to play here. Loot. So here we have.
At least this in-game cosmetic doesn't cost me $200 or something, like on a trade market.
Yeah. So, they have changed the recent Rise of the Beasts. It used to be like It used to be Rise of the Beasts happened more often, and when it happened, it would be like, all right, there's a new gold brick, and then they were like, okay, we're not giving you a new gold brick every time anymore. Next up, we're gonna give you a perpetuity ring, and then it alternated for a while. Brick, ring, brick, ring. They haven't done either of those for the last couple, and instead have been giving us an MC skin, a class outfit, usable on anybody.
That looks so cool.
This one is actually super cool. Um, the thing that happened with this one is that the fight that drops the primary source of drops for these things is Shenshan. And as you well, I'm just gonna full auto this in the background while we talk about this. It still has the Qinglong soul cores in the drop list.
Yeah, because it doesn't run for a check if you have all 3 weapons set up or not.
Mm-hmm. So I have gotten almost as many Qing soul cores as I have gotten Zhu Kuei soul cores during the course of this. The thing is that I went into this, me personally, I went into this with my eyes fully open. When my eyes fully open, I said, okay, look here. The stated intent of the soul cores is there are 5 available to buy at the start. You need 30 of them in order to uncap every single weapon from 4-star to 5-star. However, you do not need them to drop. They have said outright, every time Rise of the Beasts runs, there's going to be 5 more to a maximum of 30. So if you wait 6 runs of Rise of the Beasts, you will be able to buy them for points and never have to worry about this grind at all. And so, like I said, I'm doing this with my eyes fully open on what I am doing. I am farming this because I want it now. And so looking into that, I have had 11 drops so far. in my 1100 Shenshan badges, and I accept this. This is something that I went into fully knowing how hard it would be. How it's now like a close to a 50-50 shot ish of getting a Ching Soul Core versus a Ju Soul Core. And like I said, I'm getting it.
At least you're not like people who use a brick.
Yeah, there are people who've used bricks on this in order to circumvent that. That is their prerogative. Once again, they did that eyes open. They are not forced to do it. There is no in-game requirement that says you must have 5-star like Juquei katanas to do this. And in fact,
wants the feet shine long.
yeah. Anyway, so
yeah, I'm grinding because I want the skin.
I'm grinding because I want this.
I don't have the other skin yet either. So if it comes my way,
Yeah. I'm actually kind of curious now. How do I check on the number of... oh, wait, I know. This is the easy way to find out how many pure Ching Soul Cores I have. I currently have 11. I have had 11 green and 11 red drop, DJ. So it's actually a 50-50. But yeah, I'm really curious, though. So, we've gotten wind. Now we're going to get... we've gotten fire. Next is what? Let me see what the element order is. Wind, then fire. So next is going to be water. We're going to get turtles next. So the question is, when there's 3 of these things, then, will they continue with this system? And they'll only, like, make it less annoying when there's all 4 of them out? Or do you think that they'll change it for the next one? Because, right now people are getting, like, a 50-50 of the old one with the new one.
I'd say they wouldn't, because of the fact that you could still just not have the first one in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, the next time that we run Rise of the Beasts, if this pattern continues, then you will be able to buy 15 Ching Soul Cores without farming, 10 Ju Soul Cores without farming, and then 5 of the water one. Chuanwu? So... I mean, this is an interesting system they've done. They clearly know what they're doing when it comes to undiluting the player base, because Shenshans have never died this fast ever. Whoops, I did this wrong. Well, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, good job. They did what they wanted to do with this one.
Yep. Things to note is that there is a possibility in the future where the extra materials could be used for something else.
Also true. I am a little afraid of that future, to be honest with you.
I expect that future. So,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because every time we literally had no need for something for one like materials from this fight, they bring it back for something else.
Yeah, it comes back. So. Given that we have 4 beasts and 4 costumes expected, I'm sure they'll have like a Keelan costume and a Huanglong costume that requires something from each of these, right? That's just what they've done before.
They definitely have done that before.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, so that's it for this week. Next week it'll be a rerun, right?
You know the schedule better than I do.
Well, we will have a maintenance in between now and then. There is a maintenance scheduled for April 11th. So we'll have that to talk about next week. But I mean, yeah, next week it will be Ko and the Hollow Existence. And there's an okayish chance that it'll have Flash Gala, but we might not have Flash Gala. Who knows?
Maybe we'll get SSREO.
Yeah, the 14th is when the Summer and Yukata characters leave. So at that point, they might introduce new characters. They might leave us waiting until closer to Unite and Fight for new characters to come out. Who knows? A lot of things have happened before. We'll see you then, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when does the main story update again? Which date they announce?
Let's see here. Let me make absolutely sure on when that was for the next Wayfaring Astral update. It was the 14th. So
Okay, there you go.
yeah, we'll have that. I'm sure that they've released stuff with that before. Like we got the ballroom dancing costume from the last story update. So cool.
I still need to read through that. I still only technically read through part two.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's parts where I have missing gaps in memory of what
Yeah,
happened.
I super have forgotten a lot of what's happened because I mean, so the pace of main story has been pretty slow for the last couple of years, and so I might need a refresher. Like it's probably for the best that I give myself a refresher at some point. But anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. Next week, like I said, we'll be talking about it'll main story will be new. If they release something new with that, cool. If they don't, we'll find out. We'll have Ko and the Hall of Existence rerun, and if not, if we don't have anything, we'll goof off. We have stuff to do.
I'll see you in the next Menace fight.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining me, DJ, and thanks for joining us here on Granblue Radio. We'll see you next week.
Catch you later.
Later.